make sure this is working. All right, sweet. That one's up. Let's go ahead and get TikTok up. Sweet. We are live. We are live, mate. Wonderful. All right. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Whether you're joining on YouTube or you're joining on TikTok, appreciate seeing your faces here. I'm going to start doing things a little bit different. We're going to start, instead of just straight up being an asshole, I'll actually listen to people a little bit this time. I think that would help a little bit. I feel like I should put some more light on. Like extremely dull. I think my light is going out. Interesting. So we're gonna let people talk a little bit. What's up, Nate? If they go into fallacies, I'm gonna call out the fallacy a maximum of 3 times. If they refuse to move on, then I'll drop them. But I think it's fair to give people a little bit more of a shot. Yeah, dude, that was wild. So I don't add audios to my stories. I just post them, but it automatically adds an audio to it. And you texted me and I was like, what are you talking about? And I listened to it. I'm like, is that what I think it is? It was wild. It was absolutely wild. I'm going to see if I can turn a light on. It's a little bit too dark for my liking. There we go. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Yeah, that helps a little bit. I'm a little bit washed out, but it's still good. Yeah, TikTok did me so dirty. So, all right. What's up, Deconverted? Where are the people? Everybody is on TikTok. Are you usually a TikTok follower or a YouTube follower? I feel like I see you on TikTok more. Nothing wrong with you being on YouTube. What's up? Oh God, what? Which God? YouTube? You're usually on YouTube? Gotcha. Yeah, I need to figure out how to show the TikTok chat as well. Let me see if I can get a thing showcasing the TikTok chat. Give me 1 second. See if I can do this. What if I do this? Yeah, that doesn't look like it's gonna work at all. I'll try another thing. Let's delete that. Let's try explain mini appearance in Portugal, whatever. Wait, you have 2 chats going? I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok. Let's try video or window. Let's try window. Maybe it'll work for okay, so there's TikTok. Would it work for that? Yes, it would. Wonderful. All right, YouTube, are you able to see the TikTok chat? No link to your TikTok on your about section, so maybe add that. Fair point. Yay, it's almost small enough to not see it. Here, I can expand that like that, and then we can move. Let's see if I can't move this over. How's that look? Is that good? How's that? Bigger? You want it bigger? Okay, is that good? How is this? Oh, is that showing up on TikTok as well? It is showing up on TikTok as well. Fuck. Is this okay, TikTok? Is this okay to see the TikTok chat as well? If I don't have it like this, then YouTube won't be able to see it. With it being like this, YouTube can see it. So what if I do that and that? How's that look, guys? Move the title back over. Move the title back over. That? Is that okay? The top half of the chat is blank. What if I... Nope. What if I... Nope. What if I... Nope. What if I'm figuring it out. I'm so sorry. Okay, there's that. And then can I zoom that up and do it like that? And then we can also do that. And then that. There we go. How's that? Is that better? I feel like that's really good. How's that for you, YouTube? I would ask for the evidence that May appeared in Egypt. Evidence that Mary appeared in Egypt? What? Doubting is a belief? Yeah, right? All right, I think we're gonna bring this back and we will bring this and put it right there. There we go. I think we're set up for YouTube and TikTok now. I think that looks pretty good. I'm responding to chat going on in TikTok. Fair enough. Let me get this popped out. I'm gonna pop out the YouTube chat so I can read that while I'm reading TikTok chat. This is a lot. It's a lot of multitasking. I'm not gonna lie. That is crazy. All right. And then let's get this popped out. Got a couple of people that want to join already. See if I can't. I think that should be quite fine. The Bible is a collection of stories. Yes. So Deconverted was saying to Andrew that the Bible is a collection of stories. All right. We're going to go ahead and get Bryson in here. Already coming in. Jeff, I'm going to thank you for the goat, brother. Appreciate you being here. Holly, thank you for the heart me as well. If you guys haven't checked it out either, I do have a Cash App on the bio as well. That way, your money's not wasted if you do decide to do it that way. Because I know stuff is super expensive on TikTok. So let's go ahead and get Bryson in here. All right, we'll accept that. All right. How's it going, Bryson? Oh, shoot.
Good, how are you?
Okay, there we are. Doing all right, brother. You over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in, brother?
So I'm a deist. I deism.
Okay,
You know what
interesting.
that is?
Yes.
You know what the Elliot argument is?
Yeah, I know it's fallacious. What evidence do you have for any God existing at all?
So I just wanted to explain to you basically.
I don't need to be explained to. What the fuck? He just left. Okay. Deism, all the gods, why not? All right, we'll move on to King. I don't know why he left. It might have been an accident. I've never heard that claim. Max Powers. Most atheists make a bold claim. That's actually false. Statistically, the majority of atheists are agnostic atheists. So that's literally a false claim to say that majority of atheists say that there absolutely is no God. The majority of atheists simply are agnostic. Oh, Max is back. Was that Max that was just in? You didn't read my full comment. What? Oh, that most atheists. All right, let's get Max in here. I don't see the other gentleman. Hello, Max. Are you over the age of 18?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in?
I believe. Well, we'll keep it generic for now. I don't think it matters which one.
You have a movie on in the background.
No, it's my brother's phone here. Let me step up. But no, let's go with the general
Brother, I
definition.
can't really hear you. We got a movie playing in the background.
Movie? You sure?
It's pretty fucking loud.
I'm outside smoking a cigarette. There's nothing else playing right now. I'm charging my car.
Oh, maybe it's the cars driving by that I'm hearing. Maybe it's wind. Okay, never mind. Cool. What you got for me today, brother?
Yeah, so the comment you were reading down there, I was basically telling one of the other commenters that consciousness
Isn't a brain, no.
in a evolutionary explanation, right? How did consciousness or human intelligence form?
We evolved a brain, and in the brain is the frontal lobe, and in the frontal lobe is where our consciousness lies.
And what about the millions of other species that have brains also?
And they have consciousness too. We're not the only creature
I'm
with
talking about
consciousness, brother.
Human intelligence, brother.
Yeah,
Consciousness.
we're not the only
awareness.
creature with intelligence, brother.
No, human intelligence. It's very
We are
critical
Homo
to.
sapiens. We are animals. We are not the only animal with intelligence, brother. You know, other animals use tools and communicate in multiple different complex languages. We are not the smartest animal.
You're
Elephants are smarter than us.
You're underplaying human intelligence.
No,
Stop.
you are overplaying human intelligence. We are fucking apes, dude. There's nothing special about us.
Then why are apes not where we're at right now?
We are a great ape. So same as there's
Why
different
aren't
types
other
of
apes?
monkeys and there's different types of apes, we are a different type of ape. We are a Homo sapien. We are of the Homo genus. So yeah,
So
we
evolution
are
has us-
slightly evolved different, but we're not
so
like
huge
further
ones.
along than others. Like we're just different. It's the way that we have evolved. But
Have we been on the
again,
evolution
other animals,
timeline
brother,
at the same
have
time?
complex languages, complex emotions. Other animals communicate with each other. Like we're not. Other animals use tools and build. Like we're not special.
We're very special. For you to say that, you're lying to yourself.
Nope, not even a little bit. For you to say it, you have zero understanding of evolution or biology in any sense of the word.
I know biogenesis, evolution. It's all.
I don't care
generic.
about abiogenesis. I don't
About
care.
that.
Like,
I'm
okay,
glad you believe in
here's
it.
the deal. Let's say there's no such thing as evolution. Let's say there's no such thing as abiogenesis. Let's say we have no idea about the Big Bang Theory. What is your evidence for a god?
No, those three things are my evidence for a god. How about that?
They're not. Science does not prove nor disprove a god. How does
I would say
abiogenesis prove
science.
a god?
Science is generic, evolution is generic, and Big Bang is generic. How about that? You act like evolution and Big Bang are this solidified explanation of the world.
Brother,
It's
what
very
evidence do
vague.
you have that a god made evolution?
Human intelligence, I told you.
So again, what evidence do you have that
Something
a
on a
god
goal.
made you evolve? So when I look at a car, I know that somebody made that car because I can go watch somebody make it. I can watch somebody make the blueprints. I can watch them 3D print parts. I can watch them put the nuts and bolts together. What evidence do you have that a god put our human parts together? What evidence do you have of a god's hands or blueprint putting atoms together to work the way that they do? What evidence do you have that a god made humans?
Evolution.
No,
told
that's
you.
evidence of evolutionary biology. We know that things evolved thanks to natural causes and natural phenomena. Enzymes make RNA, RNA makes DNA. There you go. That has nothing to do with a god making RNA. That has nothing to do with a
DNA is
god
a
making
whole nother-
enzymes. Do you have evidence of a god making enzymes?
Yeah, you said it again. DNA.
Do you have evidence of a god making DNA?
Is DNA codes or
Do you
no?
have evidence of a god making DNA? We have evidence of people making code for computers. We
Do
don't
you
have
have
evidence of
evidence?
people making DNA. What evidence do you have
You
for
have
a god
evidence?
making DNA? Stop pivoting.
You have evidence of
Stop
luck.
pivoting.
You're
Stop
luck.
pivoting.
You're basically materialist
Stop
that
pivoting.
believes
What
in
evidence
luck.
do you have that your God made DNA?
The fact how complex it is.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. What evidence do you have that a God made DNA? Again, if I want to go see how a cup is made, I can go to a glass blowing factory and watch them blow into glass
anything about a
and
cup.
form glass to be a cup. That's how I know people make cups. I have evidence of people making cups. What evidence do you have for a god making DNA? Is there a DNA factory where gods are sitting there with their hands and putting the pieces together, putting the atoms and particles together?
Well, let
Is
me-
that a thing?
The whole thing about
Is that
DNA
a thing?
is
I asked you a question. Is that a thing? Is there a factory where gods are putting DNA together?
I mean, pre-Big
Yes or
Bang,
no? This is a yes or no. You have a brain, right? Can you use it, please, for the love of your God? What evidence do you have for your God putting the pieces of DNA together?
I don't. Just like you don't have
Exactly.
the Big Bang. Who put the Big
Yeah,
Bang
we have
together?
evidence for
Luck.
the Big Bang. It's called
Luck.
cosmic microwave background radiation.
Prove your luck. Prove your luck. Prove it. Prove luck all did it. Random luck. Prove it. Where's your evidence?
Who the fuck said it's luck?
You did.
Here's the deal. I have evidence for the Big Bang Theory. There is no evidence for a God doing it, so there's no reason for me to believe a God doing it. I know that you don't know how to listen, but you're going to learn today because I'm not going to be talked over on my own show. We have evidence for the Big Bang Theory.
Expansion
You
is
have
all you
no. Shut the fuck up. You have no evidence for your God making us, so there's no reason for me to believe that your God make us. For all I know, and for all you know, a magical fucking unicorn shat us out of its asshole. That's how much evidence you have for your God. I have just as much evidence for us being diuretic fucking shit from a unicorn's asshole. What evidence do you have that your God made us and not diuretic shit from a unicorn's ass?
You're an angry guy, man. Relax.
No, I just don't have time for dumbasses. What evidence do
You
you
do, you're
have?
here probably
Shut
all
the
day.
fuck
You're
up.
here
What
all
evidence
day.
do you have that your God made us and we were not diuretically shat out of a unicorn's ass? Do
Did
you
you
have
make
a
that
response? Okay, that was not a response. Do you have evidence for your God making us in comparison to us being shat out diuretically from a unicorn's ass?
You're so funny, man.
Okay, cool. Fuck off. Does anyone actually want to have a conversation? Have you considered the biblical tabernacle pattern? Pattern of what? Brilliantly said, right? I love unicorns too. And for all I know, a unicorn is God. So you'd agree is something supernatural? No, I'm saying just as much evidence that there is for us being diarrhea from a unicorn's asshole, we have just as much evidence for us being made by God. Modal ontological argument is literally a modal fallacy. It doesn't use modal logic correctly. I was talking about the 1971 Mary appearance. Ask them if they have read The Lobsterist. I've never heard of The Lobsterist. May unicorns bless you. Amen, sister. Jesus saves? Does Jesus save all the dying, starving kids in Gaza today? Or are you just full of shit? Damn, Adifus is a damn good mod. Hell yeah, bro. I proved it was something supernatural. What? No, you didn't. If you proved something supernatural, then it would no longer be supernatural, it would be natural. That's the... Do you understand what supernatural means? That guy got muted immediately. No, I let him... Oh, which guy? God bless you all. Yeah, may Odin bless you as well, because you said it can't be a human. No, I didn't. It could be a human. A human being could have made all human beings. Prove it wasn't. That's the fucking point. We should not believe things unless evidence backs these things. It could be a human. Prove it's not a human. Prove a human didn't make us. This problem with supernatural is that you couldn't ever prove it. Yep. Time traveler going back in time could have seeded the human race. Facts. That's actually a good one. YouTube chat said a time traveler could have gone back in time and seeded the human race. And we have no proof that that did not happen. So why could it not be that? You don't know. The answer for where we come from, people, is I don't fucking know. That's the answer. The one and only true answer for where we come from is I don't know. That is the only true answer. Now you can shut your bitch ass up. How about that? Get fucking muted, bitch. Let me up, host. I want to cook. You want to cook what, yourself? Let's let him up so he can talk shit on himself. All right, Hound, are you over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Which god do you believe in?
The deity absolute.
Absolute just means that it's true objectively.
The haircut is
which
what's bad.
deity do you believe? What the fuck? When I asked what god you believed in, you basically just said the true deity. That's basically the language you just used with fancy words. That was interesting. Yeah, he hopped off the second he said that. I'm gonna have to make it to where you guys can. I need to make it to where YouTube can also see the people in the box. Well, he said he wanted to hop in and cook me. I don't feel very cooked. Maybe he just likes it rare. I don't know. All right. Oh, he hopped back. That's funny. I'm not letting you back up. That was dumb. Sports City. Let's get you in here, brother. How's it going, Sports? Hello? Hello, hello. Give you 10 seconds. Four, three, two, one. What's up, Little Off?
Yo, what up?
Hey, man, you over the age of 18, brother?
Yeah, 27.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in, man?
The Christian God.
Fair enough. Cool. What you got for me today, man?
Yeah, so I just want to say that the distance from Earth to the sun is too perfect.
Brother, it
That's
changes
ev-
between 500 million miles a year. What are you talking about?
Well, if the strength of gravity,
Your
is,
first argument is that the distance between us and the sun never changes and it's perfect. That is false. It changes.
well, it
500
changes, but
million
if
or
it was-
500,000 miles every single year. I can't remember which number. So it changes
but if it was
drastically.
if it was a certain distance too far or a
No,
certain
it changes,
distance too
brother.
close,
We're not even in the absolute perfect section of the Goldilocks zone of cosmology. So that argument is completely out of fucking whack. We could be in a better place.
Okay.
But I mean, that's a fair thought process. So if I was thinking of it from your perspective, I would think, how perfect is our world? But you also got to critically think about it in, are we actually in a perfect area? Could it be better? And if it could be better, then it is not perfect.
Yeah, well, not perfect, but it's just enough to sustain life.
Well, that's kind of ridiculous if you're an all-powerful, all-knowing, all-smart God to make it and call it perfect, and then all of a sudden it's actually not perfect.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that maybe
Don't blame
God
it on
only has so much more. He only has so much control over what he
So
can
your
make.
God's
Like
not
maybe
all-powerful.
God, exactly.
That's not what the Bible says. So you're not a Christian?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm a Christian with an open mind. But like,
A
you know,
Christian
maybe
with
my
an
my
open
theories,
mind.
or like maybe I'm not Christian. Maybe my theories just go all over the place.
I
You
was
know what
being
I mean?
facetious. I mean, if you follow Jesus Christ, you know, there's 40,000 denominations of Christianity. Not agreeing with one interpretation is perfectly fine. You're still Christian. I was fucking with you. So what we have is, I don't accept that we're in a perfect place. We're not in the perfect spot of the Goldilocks zone. We change distance from the sun. What's your other thought process?
I mean, that's pretty much what I had for you.
There. Now, are you going to think about that?
Yeah, I'll
What do you
definitely
think about
ponder. Yeah, I just think like it's. I mean, not like I would say it's not perfect, but it's too much of a chance.
So,
Like,
can I go
like,
further in depth on that?
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to give you this one. Let's say that we're in an absolute perfect location and everything is absolutely perfect. What evidence do you have that a God did that?
If we were in an absolutely perfect zone, what evidence do you have that God did that? I mean, if it's completely perfect, like it just. I mean, I don't want to get Jordan Peterson, but you know, it like points to like a creator. You know what I mean? It like,
Well, let me ask
you know,
you
if
this.
it's how could just randomness make something
So-
perfect?
Chaos theory actually shows us that even in chaos, there is a order and things do always find their equilibrium. So there's one thought. But here's my other thought. Why could it not just be natural? Physics are fucking awesome. Why can't they just be natural? The natural physics of gravity pulling us into the perfect spot. Why isn't that an option?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like it naturally came about.
Yeah,
like
so
a
here's the
scientific
thing, brother. So atheist just means lacking a belief. I'm not saying there's no such thing as a God, but here's the thing. We don't have evidence for unicorns. Do you believe in unicorns?
No.
No, we don't have. We have evidence for Saint Nicholas of Santa Claus. Do you believe in Santa Claus?
No.
So we have stories for Santa Claus. We have stories for Harry Potter. We have stories for unicorns. But since there's no evidence, we don't accept the myth part of it to be true. We know that a man named Jesus existed, but the story has to have some kind of credibility behind it for us to believe that to be true. So Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. What evidence do I have that God created earth? What I do have is evidence of the Big Bang Theory. and there's no evidence of a God making that. So my only thought is it's natural.
Yeah, for sure, I hear you. I think, it's like, I mean, like you said, no stories and stuff, but like, it's like metaphysical evidence. Like, people have had like, supernatural, like kind of, I mean, that's, supernatural, metaphysical type of stuff going on. That
brother, are questions like, why do we exist? But if you want to actually answer that, it requires empirical data because we exist in an empirical world. So even metaphysics would require empirical data to be proven true. There's metaphysical thoughts that you can make up for yourself, like what is my purpose in life? And then you can metaphysically make up your own purpose.
Yeah.
But it's not a metaphysical claim for a God making the universe. That's an empirical claim.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. You're super respectful. I appreciate you being respectful, man.
No problem, dude.
Give yourself a
Good
good day,
argument. If
brother.
I ever think anything like, new or anything, hop back up.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear from you.
Sure.
All right, you have a good one.
Sounds good. You too, bro.
God, I love it when Christians are respectful. Jesus Christ, he was a beautiful man. W guest in chat. That was a good dude. Whoops. WWW. Good shit, guys. All right, James wants to hop up. How's it going, James?
Hello.
Hey, man, you over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in?
I'm a Gnostic Christian.
Gnostic Christian. Okay. What you got for me?
So I'm just wondering, for something to be objectively true, does there need to be evidence?
Yeah, it depends on what the claim is. Like, if it's a metaphysical claim, of course not. It's true to you. Anecdote is fair. But if it's an empirical claim, you need demonstrable data to prove it to be so.
So you'd agree that most scientists would agree that extraterrestrial life exists, right?
Sure. I mean,
but there's no evidence of it.
There's a massive possibility that they exist, but it's not a truth that they do exist.
Yeah. I mean, it could be an objective truth. We just don't have evidence for it.
Right. And we don't accept truths until the evidence backs them. Same for unicorns. Unicorns could exist, but I'm not going to say they do.
Yeah. I mean, biologically, it's possible unicorns could exist. They just don't.
Absolutely. But there's no reason to believe in that unless the evidence proves it. Because that's an empirical claim that requires demonstrable evidence.
So someone believing in extraterrestrial life would just be a subjective truth until proven?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure. But it's very likely that they do exist.
Sure. But there's no evidence for it, so it's not true.
So what's your opinion on deism? So there's some necessary God, but he's just indifferent and he hasn't made contact with humans.
Well, based on evidence and what we have, the universe is necessary. There's no necessary God. Or there's no need for a necessary God.
So God could be the universe, or universe is God.
You could call it that, but so when I say God, there is a definition of God, an all-powerful, intelligent creator, right? The universe is not an all-powerful, intelligent creator. So no, you can worship the sun and a shoelace as a God. That doesn't mean that your shoelace is God.
Yeah. So I guess all these religions on Earth, they've just kind of made God anthropomorphic, basically.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We know why people made up gods. I'm not saying there is no God, first of all. But so if we look at the atheistic view, my thought process would be we made up God because of the fear of the unknown and because we want purpose just based on our psychology. Our psyche requires purpose and goals. And then if we look at the Christian view, obviously it would be polar opposite, that there is a necessary reasoning for everything. But my philosophy on life is nihilism or absurdism.
So when you do pass away, do you just think you're going to be in a state of permanent non-existence?
Yeah, same as before you were born. The billions and billions of years you don't remember.
So if you don't leave a legacy behind, what is the meaning of your life?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
I mean,
so
Ecclesiastes
unless
of the Bible says the same thing. There's no fucking purpose to your life except for to worship God.
yeah, unless you make a purpose for your life.
Correct. So that's we as atheists have the exact same thought. There's no fucking purpose, but we get to make our own purpose.
Yeah, but then if you don't leave a legacy behind, then your life was basically meaningless.
Pretty much. I mean, I would say it's meaningless anyway.
Yeah, sorry, did you say you're a nihilist or absurdist?
I mean, don't they go hand in hand?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, good chat, man. That's all I needed to say. But
I
no, thanks for a
appreciate
good
you,
chat.
brother. Thank you for being respectful. I
Yeah.
love you.
Yeah, no worries. Bye bye.
All right, bye. That was a cool dude. What is up with having respectful Christians today? That's crazy. What? That's amazing. I need to start streaming later at night more often. That's crazy. So the nice guys are at night. Probably because he isn't American. That's fucking fair. Americans suck. I say that as an American, by the way. What's up, DJ? How you doing, brother? I think I got TikTok working. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, you can stay on YouTube or TikTok. The cool thing about YouTube is once I surpass that milestone of, I think it's like, what, 500 followers or whatever, or subscribers, I'm going to make it to where YouTube is subscriber only chat. My personal experience are evidence. What? No. They're evidence for you, but they're not actual evidence. I can make up an anecdotal reasoning or a metaphorical reasoning for why 2 + 2 can be 5. Brother, I can draw 2 + 2 in a way to make it look like a fish and then say 2 + 2 = fish. Or I can say 1 + 1 = window. That doesn't mean 1 + 1 literally equals a window, even though I made it correct in my head. Just because it's in your head does not mean it's true. Yeah, and I can show you that 1 + 1 = window. Want to see? Check this out. You're going to absolutely shit yourself. Ah, fuck. Can't do it. Okay, so if you take 1, and then you have a plus sign, and then you have an equal sign on top, it makes a window. You literally end up drawing a window. And you can see that 1 + 1 = window. That's not what 1 + 1 equals. Just because it works in your head does not equate it to being true. You can make up a lot of shit in philosophy, and it does not equate to being true. I'm lying? What am I lying about? Hop up. Hop up, Milfo. Prove me to be an idiot. Prove me wrong, bro. If you can prove that God exists, I will be a Christian. I will be a very disobedient heretic of a Christian, but I'll be a Christian. I don't care if God is real or not. I'm going to believe in God or not believe in God, whether or not it is true. I don't have to follow him. I am not talking about God now. It's all about the supernatural. There's no evidence for the supernatural. It's a literal definition of supernatural, dude. Again, hop up in the chat, dude. So those who believe in God have to be Christian? Nope. Can I ask a question? Absolutely. See, Gleep, thank you for doing 1 + 1 = window. Nah. Are you asking for proof or evidence? Well, proof is evidence. Like, the literal definition of proof is evidence beyond reasonable doubt, so. Evidence leads to truth. I don't believe there's such thing as proof at all. Why would my name matter? No, it is not Blake. Exactly. It's all about faith. Yeah, it's faith. Belief without evidence. You are indoctrinated. So you believe in death. Yeah, no shit. Everyone dies. Have you read the story I just said? No, because you're not hopping up in the box and you're trying to text me and run away. All right, kid, let's get you in here. Hello. Oh, are you over the age of 18?
Yeah, I am.
Which God do you believe in?
Jesus Christ.
Gotcha. What you got for me today, man?
Are you an atheist or a Christian or anything?
Atheist.
Atheist? Oh, cool, man. So I have a question for you. Do you believe you are atheist? It's kind of like a two-part question, though.
What do you
is
think
that okay?
atheist is, dude?
Me personally, I don't care about the atheist, but I'm asking you. I want to ask you, man, and I'll understand. I'll listen to you too, and I'll
Atheist
be
isn't
totally
a belief
respectful.
system. That's why I asked that.
Oh, that's pretty good. Now, since
What
it's
do you mean
not a
that's pretty
belief,
good? The literal definition of atheist is lack of belief.
lack of
Literally.
belief. Okay. So
Literally by definition. A means lack of. Amoral is lacking morality.
you
Symptomatic
can't-
is lacking symptoms. Atheist is lacking a belief in God or gods, because theist is a belief in God or gods. It's literally a lack of a belief system, not a
So you
belief
can't-
system.
so you can't believe in anything then if you're
This
atheist.
is a really fucking stupid ass question. What's your leading question? What is your point?
It's either you believe you're
I
an
don't give a fuck
atheist
what you're trying to say. What's your point?
or do
Stop
you
with the nonsense.
obey-
What's your point?
I'm not.
I'm not 12.
I'm trying to.
End the fucking
No,
leading
you're not
questions.
12. I know
be
you're
an
a
adult
highly
and get to the
intelligent
goddamn
person. I know
point.
you are.
So then
I
be
am,
intelligent with me and get to the goddamn point. Stop pussyfooting
Right.
around the fucking leading
I'm
questions.
not. I'm saying. All I'm saying.
I'm going to give you
man.
10 seconds to get to the point.
Okay.
10.
Do
9.
you obey that you're an atheist?
You just marked it all the way down to 1. Next time, bring a point. Jesus fuck. Depends on if you're asking for proof or evidence. Shut up. If you have evidence, you have evidence. This guy is a comedian? Nah. I do laugh at myself, though, and others laugh at me, and that's perfectly good. Good Jay in here. What was he trying to argue? That's a damn good question. I tried to get him to the fucking point. What does that even mean? Obey being an atheist? Exactly. I'm not going to play around with stupid-ass questions. I don't know you. Congratulations. He was giving you an epistemistic question. Well, the prompt is there is no evidence for God, so I don't give a fuck if he was trying to ask questions or not. Narcissistic rage? Cool. Keep bitching in my chat. I love it. He might have been high. Fair enough. I just got in and host is already clocking y'all. Amen, sister. What's up, Jaylee? How you doing? That's a posit. What is up with you guys trying to use fancy-ass words? Guys, you don't have to be a fucking astrophysicist to argue. Like, even if God wants real, at least Christian has hope. You don't... What? I have hope as an atheist. What the fuck are you talking about? Rick, I just want to get people that want to argue today. I've only got like an hour to stream. I was just trying to get out a quick stream since I hadn't streamed this morning. Jussie, thank you. Hit that like button, guys. We're at 1,200 likes. Let's get it up to 10K before I end the stream. We usually hit 100K, give or take, for 5-6 hours of streaming. I'd like to at least hit 10-20K before. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and thank Jake. Thank you for the heart me. Evan, thank you for the heart me. Jussie, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Love you. Evan, I love you too. This is my favorite show for real. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoy my suffering. What about the story of... Okay, not even reading that. If your evidence starts with what about the story, I'm not fucking listening. I'm zoning out immediately. Immediately. What about this one story that a whole... No, don't care. Don't fucking care. I literally couldn't care any less. I literally could not care less. What's the end goal with atheism? Absolutely fucking nothing. It's a lack of belief. We don't have an end goal. The fuck? We appreciate the one life we have. Exactly. What about the Cokeville miracle? Wait until they find out Nicolas Cage is God. Oh, facts. You can see the demon in his eyes. What? You need grippy socks and a very long vacation in your nearest hospital. What is your view on Jesus, since he is mentioned in many different religions? Yeah, I couldn't care less. Jesus may or may not have been a teacher. That's my thoughts on him. Jesus may or may not have been crucified. That's my thoughts. You want to know another god that turned water into wine? Dionysus. Someone wrote no evidence for atheism. That's so fucking stupid. Yeah. Yeah. I deal with that on a daily basis. You can see the aura in bro's eyes. Thank you, MJ. I love you. Fun fact, Hades is mentioned in the Bible. Yes, it is. But not the god. Hades as in hell. Do you believe Jesus existed? There's really, really, really weak evidence that he existed. So the consensus is that he existed. I don't accept it as a truth, but I concede to it in arguments. If I am talking in real life with family and friends, I will say I don't believe he existed. But if I'm going to argue it, then I'll concede that he did exist. Thoughts on the Quran? It's no better than the Bible. Yeah, there's zero contemporary evidence for Jesus existing at all. It doesn't exist. Tacitus and Josephus, they didn't fucking know him. They were writing down stories that they may have heard. Atheists and Christians are two sides of the same coin. The dualism coin. Take the non-dualism pill. What the fuck? If the general consensus is that he existed, what's your evidence that he didn't exist? I didn't say he didn't exist. What's up, Big Nick? How you doing, brother? In a Roman era, I might add. Consensus doesn't mean something's true, by the way. I don't appeal to authority. I appeal to evidence. Eucharistic miracles. No, they're not. What do you think happens when you die? Absolutely nothing. How do you find peace? By meditating, practicing my self-care and craft, and spending time with my dog and friends and family. I'm just saying shit and not backing it up. You can go look up Tacitus and Josephus right now. Go read them. I know that your Christian preacher told you that they factually knew God, but they lied to you. Sorry, the church lies. How did I get Odin back? She brought him to me. She didn't want him anymore. Who made your dog and you? Nobody. Creation is evidence for God. There's no creation. A car is a creation. The universe isn't. To call the universe a creation requires evidence that it was created. All right, Jimmy. How do I know that the Eucharist miracles aren't proof of a God? Go look up the word of miracle. Hey, Jimmy, how's it going, brother?
Hey, brother. How are you?
Hey, doing all right, brother. You're saying the universe is eternal? Yeah, that's what the evidence leads to. Are you over the age of 18, brother?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in, man?
So I just wanted to go back on this. Atheism is not the it's you said a lack of a belief in God. So it's not the affirmation that there is no God.
Well, okay, so there's two forms of atheism. You have weak and strong. The weak atheism, which is agnostic atheism, is a lack of belief, and then you have the strong, which is the minority, which is a strong disbelief. So
Right.
I'm what they would call a weak atheist or a agnostic atheist.
Do you know? Are you like familiar with a lot of guys who have debated this topic?
I mean, I hear people debate it all the time. Yeah.
I meant just like a famous sort of like like Christopher Hitchens' position
Yeah.
on this. Like, so would you consider him a strong atheist?
Yeah, probably. I haven't read him in depth. I've only watched interviews with him, though. From the way he's talked, it seems like a strong atheist, but I really can't say. Charles Darwin, I would say, is a strong atheist.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. I guess if I had to argue a point, I am a theist. I don't know, the thing that I've watched a lot of these debates, and the one I find hardest to wrap my head around, it's tough because it's based on your name. It is not an empirical argument for the existence of God, so I don't know how much weight it would hold.
Well, here's why I keep it this way, brother. So, we live in a natural world, right?
Yep.
So, to say something is supernatural in and of itself is a claim and needs to be proven because there's no evidence of supernatural when we're in a natural world. Like people used to say that lightning was God. They used to say that sickness was demons. But the more that science learns, the more that the lies of churches and the lies of religions get shut out, and then the religions just keep on going, well, what about this one? Well, what about this one? And every time they say, well, what about this one? Science catches up and figures out the explanation for it. So,
Right. And then, do you think the church lying is bad?
absolutely.
I would agree with you. That brings me to my final point that I'm going to shittily argue here. And
You're good, brother. You're good.
we're quick to call things good and bad, and that's not in the natural world.
Yeah, it is. Morals are subjective.
Oh. Can you be an atheist with objective morals?
I mean, there's no such thing as objective morals, but you can subjectively believe that your morals are objective.
That is awfully semantic. But
Well,
do you think if
objective
you were to
requires axioms. There's no such thing as an axiom for morals. Literally, subjective means changes by feelings, tastes, and opinions. And Jeffrey Dahmer had different morals than me subjectively. I subjectively disagree that it's okay to eat people. Jeffrey Dahmer subjectively agreed that it was okay. Therefore, it is subjective.
not only was it okay, but it was good, right?
Right.
Like the guy was justified
Because
in
2
doing
plus 2,
so.
can 2 plus 2 ever be 5?
In a subjective, if all axioms of math are subjective, then yes, but of course not. In an objective
Right.
math
So that means
ax-
objective. If it cannot
that's-
change,
that's-
it is objective. Morals can change based on people.
I guess tell me what I'm trying to define here. I'll just say objective morality, but fill in the blank for just tell me where I'm going wrong here. I believe there are moral objectives, and what that is defined as whether you believe it is good or not, there is a truth about it. In other words, Jeffrey Dahmer, although he thought he was doing good, actually wasn't doing good. And to
There's
me,
no
it's not the full
objectiveness
picture.
to that, though. Like, we as people that subjectively disagree, the majority of the populace disagrees because of sympathy and evolution of empathy. We have evolved to be sympathetic because we are social creatures. If we start chopping each other up, we will die off. We literally need each other in the most what's the word for you're only caring about yourself? We need each other in the most that way.
Like the opposite of it's self-preservation is what it is.
Yeah, it's self-preservation. We literally need someone else to live so that we can live. So it's literally just a survival mechanism. And due to that, we have evolved to want other people to live. But some people subjectively have different aspects of their brain because of DNA, genes, etc., whatever happened when they were born and grew up, trauma, etc., to where they literally disagree. So our morals are literally 100% absolutely subjective.
So
They
this
just
is what
happen to come together because we all evolved.
Yeah, so this is what Christopher Hitchens said famously. He said it was he said the closest we've got to intersubjectivity, which was just a fancy word for some sort of macro objectivity, was. He said that this was a result of biology and a result of sort of evolution.
I could agree with
Developed
that.
empathy.
If we all evolved to be in a point where the brain literally could not accept hurting one another as okay, then I would call that objective.
Right, and the problem with me is I'm like crossing my fingers and hoping we all don't turn out as people who deem putting ourselves first as opposed to the pack first as more important. Like we still kind of value at a natural level self-sacrifice, altruism.
Yeah.
Doing something that might hurt you for the betterment of the pack or whatever.
I personally
And that could
don't
all be
anymore.
explained. But it's like quickly going out, and I'll agree with you because we're in a weird spot in time.
Yeah.
But dude, if like some new society pops up in Papua New Guinea and they start like I don't know, acting like Dahmer, and they believe it's all good,
Brother, we do have
it's
those.
like.
Those tribes exist.
But and tell me where I'm going wrong here. Under the subjective worldview, I'm no more righteous not eating people than they are righteous eating people.
Correct.
Well, then I'm saluting you with my hand. That's a hell of a burden to carry, I think.
Nope. I'm not going out eating people. I subjectively disagree with that being okay.
Yeah.
I have no burden.
let's just say I was a psychopath and I was like, I'm going around eating people. I think it's okay. We would both be on the same plane.
Yep, I would
Like, we'd both
subjectively
be
disagree
racist?
with you, and I would subjectively think that you deserve to be in jail. But I would have reasoning for it. My reasoning would be, if you continue hurting people, it will hurt me, and it will hurt people I care for. Therefore, I need to lock you up for my safety. The subjectiveness has reasoning behind it.
Yeah, good reasoning. And at least the worldview you're giving me has great
Right, but
reasoning
that's
behind
based
it.
on logic and reasoning.
Yeah,
It's
but there's,
biology.
if you boil it down enough, there is this, like, you come to an axiom: we ought to survive. You know, we ought to procreate. We ought to do the
No.
best for. You
It's not
know,
an axiom.
it seems pretty close. Like, it seems like you make a moral claim at the end of subjectivity. Like, you make a objective.
You know, there's
like,
people
well,
that are born that
shouldn't hurt each
cannot
other.
procreate, right? And there's also people born as sociopaths where they literally don't have empathy. It's not an axiom. 2 + 2 will never be 5. People are born without empathy. People are born without being able to procreate. It is not an axiom.
Okay, so I'll just try to throw this out there. 2 + 2 will never equal 5. Moral equivalent to that. The unaliving of an innocent person will never be okay. It'll never be good.
Yeah, it is.
Tell
in
me the
other
difference.
areas. In tribes, it is socially acceptable to commence in cannibalism.
Well, without appealing to the majority or the consensus, I'll never find that okay. You're just saying that is, I happen to, I don't know.
Have you ever
I'm
been
trying
outside of the
to
country?
say, yeah, of course.
Okay, so you should know that just because we live in America, where the effective majority of humans have the same subjective morals, does not mean that those morals are objective for Earth.
Yeah.
Because there's
So let's
many
take-
tribes that disagree.
Let's take a real example. 1940s Germany thought
Right.
they were doing the right thing, for sure.
Right.
I don't think that that's just any deeper meaning than that's their opinion is illusory. I think there is deeper meaning. I think what they were doing was not only
Right. What's your evidence for that? Here's my evidence for it. Biology, we have evolved sympathy and empathy as social creatures to survive, which has required us for our own survival to help one another. That's my explanation backed by evidence and science. What's your explanation backed by evidence?
I guess a Christian worldview would be it's written on my heart to not do that.
That's a presupposition without reasoning. You have no evidence for that.
Fair enough. I've got to brush up on my apologetics here. I think I'll leave you with this. I think we would agree on probably 99% of things, morally at least. And
Absolutely.
there's a ton of Christians who would disagree with a lot of, give me a fucked up Christian and they would
Yeah.
disagree with a lot of things and say morally. So
For sure. I've had a lot of Christians on here say some really fucked up shit.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe
And
a
I've also
lot
had
of
atheists say some fucked up shit. Like whatever you believe in when it comes to like supernatural or whatever does not make you a good or bad person. Like
yeah. Well, I appreciate you being respectful.
I appreciate you,
Someone
brother.
else-
You are the one that's respectful. I promise you, you are the one that is respectful here. My followers would tell you, holy shit, he does not talk to everyone like this.
You're morally in God's eye. I'm trying to fucking come up with something. Well, for what it's worth, God bless. I know that. I mean that half seriously, and I'm also
I feel
telling
you,
you.
bro.
It's,
You can say that. It's your belief. It's perfectly fine.
okay. All right,
May
man.
your
Well,
God bless
hopefully
you.
someone up here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Have a good
one,
night.
W's in chat for that guy. That was dope. Why the fuck am I getting so many good Christians? Some nice, good Christian. What's up, I Love Monkeys? How you doing, brother? WWE. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hit the follow button if you haven't already. And then also smash the shit out of the screen. Tap, 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 tap. Now, I have the live goal up here of crowns for shits and giggles. For those of you that actually do want to do shit like that, I would prefer doing it off TikTok. Not on TikTok, off TikTok. I just have it up there for shits and giggles because it's really funny to act like Joel Osteen. Give me all your money. I need another private jet. Give me 10% of your income, atheists. Later, Adifus. Appreciate you jumping in, brother. Love you. Host, does evil exist? Good and wrong exists. It is subjective. Bambi girl, let's get you in here. Joel Osteen, exactly. I need a private jet. Facts. How's it going, baby?
Okay, I want to ask you a question. Um, Hold on for a second. Do you also disconnect with block creator? Okay, cancel. All right. Um, I don't want to get cussed out, but I want to know this right here. Do you think that becoming an atheist with most people is because they know the true story behind Christianity and why it was created? Like, as far as what I understand, okay, Jesus is real for one, and then the second one is that religion was, Christianity was created to enslave a group of people. And that's why I wanted to know, as far as, do you think a lot of people become atheists because they know the true story behind Christianity?
I would honestly say no to that one. The majority of atheists I meet became atheists because of the same way I did, which was trying to apologetically preach as a Christian and then realizing I had no evidence to back up my claims. And that's when I started deconstructing. And then I learned about how fucked up the Bible was used for like slavery and whatnot.
Exactly. Okay. I wanted to ask you about that part.
Sure.
And this is my understanding. This is what I feel. Just like you are atheist and that's your belief. Okay, I started to believe this. When it comes to Christianity and people playing God and angels or whatnot, do you think it's a lot of witches and warlocks out here that are actually, I think people have abilities to telepathically hear people. Do you think that there are people out there that are playing the role of the good guy and answering prayers and all of that by witchcraft and magic and sorcery?
So, to further add some context, I am an atheist witch. There's no such thing as magic. Yeah.
Right.
No,
You
no.
say it's no such thing as magic. Okay. But that's the only thing I want to know is a lot of people become atheists because they know the true story of a certain group of people creating it to enslave a certain people. So they become like atheists, like, I don't believe in that crap because we know that how it was created to do whatever job it was supposed to do. So that's all I wanted to ask, sweetie.
Sure.
Thank you for not cussing me out.
No, you're perfectly fine. You're super respectful, and I want to give you respect back. You're a beautiful person. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you have yourself a good day.
All right.
She was beautiful. She was beautiful. I love beautiful Christians. Here's what I'll say about Christianity. Same as atheists. Same as like Satanists. The Church of Satan is atheist. The true people go out of their way to be good. 8300. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Satirical. Thank you all you guys. Appreciate you guys. I want to hit 10K before I end the stream. I'm trying to. Magic is science. Literally, how is it fake? Yeah, that's. I practice witchcraft on a daily basis, and it is 100% all psychological and physiological. There is nothing magical about it. Matter of fact, one of the errands I was running today was going to a witchcraft store. What's my favorite candy? Skittles. We've been live for almost an hour. Okay, so entities don't exist. There's no evidence of entities. What's your number one reason to not believe in God? Lack of evidence. How do you explain people's personal experiences with God? Same as people that are Hindu explain their personal experiences with Vishnu. Same exact fucking thing. Same as people that witness and experience Zeus on a daily basis is the exact same fucking thing. You look like Jeffrey Dahmer. Thank you. He was a pretty good looking dude. Why are atheists so cool? I'm not cool, but I appreciate you. You're beautiful. I think there is a form of objective morals, rules created to apply to society for the purpose of the society, human race, and life prosperity. Yeah, you can absolutely look at it like that, Gleep. I do agree that there are, they're not objective, but we do have objective rules set up because of the majority of subjective beliefs. Jeffrey had a good taste in men. That's so fucked up.
Yo.
How's it going, Eric?
What's up? How are you, bro?
Hey, doing all right, brother. You over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in, man?
I believe in the Christian God, but I wanted to say, like the other dude, like Jimmy, the one before the last one. I don't want to get shit on. I'm here to like ask some questions.
Okay.
So, I just wanted to ask you because I wanted to ask you what he asked you.
Sure.
About if you think morals are objective, and then you had said no, right? So I wanted to ask you do you think we have any like innate rights then?
No, we give
Or
rights
like
to each other.
inherent rights? What was that?
We give rights to each other.
So you don't think the right to life is like a thing?
I mean,
Like,
we
it
subjectively
inherently?
decided that it is something that all humans deserve. We've kind of made it objectively true. But
Okay.
it's still subjective. Like when someone goes out like Jeffrey Dahmer on a killing spree, we give them the death penalty. It's not objective that all humans have a right to live.
Well, I mean, just because I guess they break the right, or like they
That
still
means
kill
it's
them.
not objective. It changes.
Okay, so then would you say, like, for example, say like every human died, like, would there still be anything objective?
Yeah, objective means it's true regardless of observation. What is true regardless of
Yeah.
observation is we live and we die. 2 + 2 will be 4 regardless if humans exist. Those are objectives.
Well, I believe I might be tweaking, but I believe I had seen somewhere that like philosophical objectivity is
Yeah,
basically
philosophy
like.
is a lot of concepts that aren't true.
Well, I'm saying for like as in I searched up like what philosophical objectivity is, or like I didn't search it up, but I
Hear me
had.
out here. My philosophy on life is absurdism and nihilism. Does that mean that life
I don't know-
in and of
I don't know what
itself
that
is
means.
there is zero purpose for me living. There is zero purpose in anything I do. There's no reason for anything. There is no purpose. Absolutely nothing matters. That is how I see life. But
Okay.
does that mean that that is literally what life is? Absolutely not. It's just my personal philosophy. My personal.
So
It's
then-
subjective.
Okay, so then if you believe that like there's no reason for life or there's no purpose for life, why do you think then that like killing someone else is bad?
Because I evolved something called sympathy and empathy as a social creature in a society.
So is it bad if someone doesn't have that?
Subjectively, it's all
Yeah.
subjective.
Okay.
It is
Yeah, I
subjective,
mean,
dude. Name me an objective moral. Name me one.
You asking me or the chat?
You.
Well, I would think that I think personally that the right to life should be objective or is objective.
Okay, cool. Does Jeffrey Epstein deserve to live?
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, you're fucking stupid.
Why?
Because he raped kids. So fuck you for.
Well,
thinking
yeah. I
he
mean,
deserves to
I
live.
wouldn't say he's a good person.
Sorry, TikTok. Grape, grape, grape. I said grape as in the fruit. Grape, 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 grape.
I wouldn't say he's a good person, but I wouldn't
He
like.
didn't deserve to live. Fuck him. I'm glad he's dead, and I hope he's suffering.
I mean, that's
If
fine.
there is a
Like,
hell, I hope he's there, and I hope
wouldn't.
he's there for eternity. Hitler. Did
I
Hitler
think he's a
deserve to
shit
live?
person, right? So I think he's a shit person. So I wouldn't like bash you for thinking he doesn't deserve to live,
Does Hitler
right?
deserve to live?
Does who?
Hitler.
Well, I mean, I guess to be like consistent, I would say, yeah, he does deserve to live. I don't think he's a good person, but you know what I mean?
You're crazy.
All right. So I mean, I just wanted to ask you some questions, bro. That was kind of it. I'm kind of done. I mean, I think it's kind of difficult to I guess debate you because you are pretty consistent. Like I feel like every time because I like watching your shit because like the way you roast people and shit, that shit's fucking hilarious. So yeah, that was kind of it. I just wanted to ask you some questions to kind of understand your point of view,
Yeah.
not to like I guess get into a debate.
Yeah, no, you're good. The way that I see life is fuck my feelings. My opinions don't matter. Facts are what matters. So if something's subjective, it's subjective. If something's objective, it's objective. If I find out that I am wrong, then I'm fucking wrong and I'm going to change my mind.
That's cool. I guess that's it for me.
All right, brother. You have a good day.
Have a good one, bro.
How did I contradict myself, Matt? Tell me my contradiction. Atheists accept every document except the ones about religions. Nope. That's not how it works. I accept any document that is evidence backing it. If God is real, and the evidence will prove it so. If God is not real, then there will never be evidence for God. Facts don't care about feelings. Us existing is proof of biology, not a God. Philosophy is like playing in a sandbox just with words and definitions. When it comes to testing reality, it's not relevant. Facts. I agree with that, Gleep. Life doesn't come from non-life. Yes, it can. It's called abiogenesis. There is evidence for it. Is it the absolute truth of where we come from? No. But does it have evidence for it? Yes. Is it possible? Yes. Has it been proven to be possible? Yes. Has it worked out in labs? Yes. Yes, science has demonstrated it to be possible, dumbass. You gotta go study, Big Nick. Go look stuff up before you look stupid. If there is no God, who is going to... Jesus Christ, what a dumb question. If there is no God, who is going to judge those who got away with the hideous crimes? Us. Some are literal ones. Cool. Religion isn't 100% facts. It's mostly faith with 100% facts. Where's the faith? What? Big Nick. Okay. What we know from abiogenesis, evidence-wise, is inorganic material can become enzymes. Enzymes can become RNA. RNA can become DNA, and DNA becomes life-living organisms. So it is possible. We do know that. We have tested it. Miller-Urey is one person that has proven some aspects of it, but there's other tests, other controlled studies that have scrutinized that and shown it consistently to be something true. Am I saying that that is true? I am not saying that we come from abiogenesis, but to say abiogenesis is false 100% and has no evidence is just a dumbass claim. Play a Ouija board has nothing to do with spirits. Already do it. All right, let's get ISO in here. Chuck Norris created life. Yep. How's it going, ISO?
Hey man, I wanted to have a calm convo, bro.
Sure. Are you
Not
over
like
the age of 18?
crazy. Yeah, I'm 21.
All right. Which God do you believe in?
No, God, but please don't kick me. I just think that like if you just added no empirical evidence there, it would make the life much more like simpler for you. Like whenever you know you get on, you could probably get a lot of Phil bros up here, or people who are into philosophy, just specifically because of that.
Well, there is no evidence.
Yeah, but
Anecdote is evidence.
You're epistemically humble, right? So you're a fallibilist, right?
Anecdote isn't evidence, is it?
What do you mean? No, I'm not asking for evidence of anything. I'm not like giving you evidence of anything.
No, I know.
I'm just saying
like it's not a false claim. There's no evidence for God. And it's a negative claim that doesn't need to be proven. It's the equivalent of me saying there's no evidence for unicorns. Can I prove that there's no evidence for unicorns? No. But if someone says that unicorns exist, it is their job to provide evidence.
Well, you wouldn't say that that it's the like there's two explanations, right? One in which God does exist for the universe and one in which doesn't.
No, there's more. That's
They
a
can
false
either be-
dichotomy. There could be fucking aliens that made us.
No, I'm
Homelander
specifically talking
exists, and
about
Homelander is our God.
within atheism and theism. There's just no, I'm not talking about my God. I'm just saying God anything, any particular thing that explains reality. I'm saying there's just two.
There's unlimited things, dude.
I know, but that's all under the blanket term of theism. I'm just saying that like
Right.
there's either
But
That's just a view that can exist, right? And
yeah, it's a view.
everyone has, yeah, and
You saying
everyone
there's only two
operates.
views is what I'm attacking. It's not only two views. It's not
Well,
only there is a god or there is not a god. There's so many other options like
yeah, I know
aliens,
there. Of course, there's others. I'm speaking. I was making a conjunction.
simulation.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is, like philosophy, right? You can say it's useless. Of course, it informed us.
Philosophy isn't useless. People just don't know how to use philosophy correctly.
I mean, I agree with you on that, right? But I'm saying, in the terms of like the philosophy as a space, as a study, right? There's fundamental questions that everyone asks and everyone has to answer, right? And I agree that you don't think that knowledge has to be certain, right?
I mean, I don't accept something as a truth unless evidence proves it to be true beyond a
No, I
reasonable
know,
doubt.
I know, right? But like, there's like majority of scientists are fallibilists. Like at least
I
that
don't know
like
what you mean by
studies.
fallibilist.
They just think that knowledge, like in order to have knowledge, you don't need certainty, and that's a pretty popular position. And that's like for like there's like physicists who are philosophers, and they take the same right. But obviously, you're not informed a lot in philosophy. Maybe you operate in a different space, and that's fine. So there's like levels to the rational. There's just a lot of really good rational reasons, right? Like logic is a field,
There's no such thing
right?
as a logically sound argument for God or the supernatural.
No. I'm not. I'm an atheist. I told you.
But
But right
using
with
there's no evidence in philosophy, there's no evidence in logic, there's no evidence in personal reasoning, there's no evidence empirically, there's no evidence. So I don't see what your problem with my claim is.
okay, so you understand like like when you answer fundamental questions, right? You answer them off the basis of assumptions, right?
Fundamental questions
There's
like
first
based on
principles.
axioms, correct?
Well, you can call them axioms. I just call them first principles. It's not like a formal system or anything. It's just like it's like I'm just saying they're just first principles, right?
I don't know where you're going with this.
I'm saying that everyone has first principles. Everyone has fundamental assumptions, and I'm sure you understand that you could be wrong, right? So when people,
Yeah, but there's no reason
I'm
for me
just
to
saying,
believe that because there's no evidence proving it.
so the thing is,
I'm not a philosopher. It is that simple.
I'm saying to say that empirical evidence is the only type of evidence that exists is being like sort of assuming your view.
Never said it.
Why? What? That's all you asked for. That's all you asked for.
Do majority of Christians say that God made the universe?
Yeah, that
there
doesn't.
You go. That's an
I'm
empirical
saying,
claim. Therefore, you need empirical evidence.
that's not an empirical claim.
Story.
What constitutes what constitutes an empirical
Something
claim?
observable. So the universe is an observable, demonstrable, falsifiable thing.
Did
correct
you observe
or
the
wrong?
creation
correct
of the? Did you observe the creation?
Correct or wrong?
You're right. You're right.
Wrong. That is correct.
You're
Therefore,
you're
God
right.
making the universe is an empirical claim. Correct
Did you
or
observe
wrong?
the creation of the
Correct
universe?
Or wrong? Correct
Did you
or
observe
wrong?
the creation of the universe?
Correct or wrong? Correct or
Did
wrong?
you observe the creation of the universe? You're right, but did you observe the creation of the universe?
So you just conceded. I want to hear you say it again, and then shut the fuck up after you say it. Correct or wrong that God creating the universe is an empirical claim?
No, because you didn't see it, dumbass. Like obviously, empirical means you only gain knowledge through experience.
Is the universe empirical?
No.
You just said the universe isn't empirical.
It's not a particular thing within.
Fuck, you're stupid. If you think the universe isn't empirical, you need to seriously go back to the study books. I'm not going to argue with someone that can't agree with facts. Empirical definition. Based on, concerned with, or verifiable by observation or experience, rather than theory or pure logic. The universe is based on and concerned with and verifiable by observation and experience. The universe is empirical. For anything to be made in the empirical reality would leave something demonstrable behind. So yes, God making an empirical universe is an empirical claim. Hey, what's up,
Yo,
man?
what's not much. Cooking dinner. What are you doing?
Love it, love
Well,
it. What are you cooking?
Oh, dude, I got some bomb meatloaf in and
Hell
some
yeah.
green beans, fresh grown green beans,
Ooh, nice.
and some
I love
fresh
that.
grown potatoes.
And some fresh ground
In the
potatoes, you
pot.
said?
Yup.
So when am I coming over for dinner?
I don't know, man. Whenever. You live in Kansas?
I do.
Damn. You ever heard of Marion? The city of Marion?
We're right next to each other, brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're about
Really?
15
Where you
minutes
at?
away from each other.
Where you at?
I have
Florence?
thousands of people that know me and would come and kill me if I gave that information out.
Okay. I got you. I got you. I understand.
I get death threats on a daily basis. I'm next to you, though.
Hey, man. I feel you. I feel you. That's pretty
Actually,
cool. Though.
I was right
Yeah.
next to you today. That's hilarious. Yeah, well, are you over the age of 18, brother?
Yeah, I'm 26.
26, getting old. Kidding. Which God do you believe in?
Yeah. Let's say what?
Which God do you believe in?
Neither or
Oh,
none,
shit.
I guess.
Okay. Atheist?
No, not necessarily.
What you got for me?
Say what?
What you got for me, brother?
Yeah. So, the argumentation that there is no evidence for God, while be it true, isn't there also no evidence for what happened before the Big Bang?
Correct.
So, would it be logical to make the assertion that there is possibility of a God?
Absolutely.
So, are you just stating that? Are you essentially just going through evidence with individuals that are trying to say there is evidence for God? Gotcha.
Same thing as a
See,
unicorn.
and
There's no evidence for unicorns.
actually, hey, I will say you are wrong about that. You do realize that the white rhinoceros was labeled as a unicorn, right?
Really? That's cool. What about Bigfoot?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Look at. I don't know about Bigfoot, but I know there's theories. But yeah, the actual the rhinoceros, the single horned
that.
rhinoceros, they labeled as a unicorn.
I guess that does make sense. What the fuck? Is that a spider? That's a spider. That's a big ass spider. What's up, bro? Damn.
We got a bunch of those around here too, man.
Yeah, I
Some of
live
them
in
be
my
scary.
mommy's basement, so
Well, you know, at least we don't live in Australia, right? God hated them.
thank God for that. Your God gets credit for that, people. Fuck
But
that
yeah,
God.
no, yeah. I mean, as much as you say there is no evidence for God, the same argument could be thrown back in sort of a theological way, right? Like,
Absolutely.
well, there's no evidence for what happened before the Big Bang, and there's no
Absolutely.
scientific conclusion as to what caused the Big Bang.
Yeah, I think what's going to end up happening, just based on the evidence that we do have, is we'll come to a conclusion of bubble universe.
Seems legit.
Because we got
Sounds
the
legit.
quantum, like we know the quantum field is there. We have quantum field theory. It's the most likely plausible explanation for where our universe came from. I'm sure in like 100 years we'll have bubble theory. I'm not saying that it's true, right? But
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but you know, I've been on a lot of panels that ask or that will state God is objectively false, right? Well,
yeah, I don't agree with that.
yeah, we don't actually know.
We
You
don't.
know? That's the thing. So I do like how you're being intellectually honest about it, man.
Oh yeah, I've got one of my co-hosts is studying evolutionary biology, and he'll graduate in 2 years, I believe. And he's got a bachelor's in veterinary medicine, and he's getting What do you have, Evan? Type what you have real quick. But he is an anti-theist for some things. I think that's what it comes down to, is like being an anti-theist or a Gnostic atheist towards certain gods. But when it comes to, how do I say this correctly? I'm going to drop that thought. Bachelor's in veterinary medicine, and he's getting his bachelor's in evolutionary biology this year, and paleontology bachelor's this year. So he's getting his evolutionary biology bachelor's and paleontology bachelor's this year. He's anti-theist when it comes to the Christian God, which makes sense to me because of the contradictions of the character of God plus the what do you call it? Paradoxes. So like triomny is literally a paradox. So because of that, technically, according to logic, it is literally not true. Haley, what are you getting? You have degrees? What? I didn't know you had degrees.
So, in terms of theology, what theology do you think would best describe to if there was a God?
Oh man, from my own personal studies trying to prove a religion true, so we could argue Buddhism, but it's not like technically a religion. When it comes to religion, I think that the most plausible one would be Hinduism.
Hinduism.
Kate, the fuck you mean, Kate? You don't have a fucking degree. Ain't no way. If you had a degree, you wouldn't be a theist. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I'm kidding.
Damn.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What do you have a degree in, Kate? You have 3 degrees? What the fuck am I doing here with a platform when I'm the only one that's uneducated?
Damn.
That's hilarious.
Hey man, sometimes that's how it works out though. I know a lot of uneducated people that are fairly smart.
You can get a degree in theology, lol. That's true. Environmental science, criminal law, and psychology.
Jeez.
That's hot.
That's a rough beat. You know what that means, right? She's the perfect criminal.
Oh yeah, dude. She calls me out all the fucking time because I study. I'm not even gonna say that because it's not technically true. Don't ever let school get in the way of your education. Fucking facts. I love that. Knowledge is not. Finish that sentence.
Hey man, well, I just wanted to say that I like the fact that you're being genuine, and I would encourage you to keep your mind open to the possibility of a God.
Oh,
because-
absolutely, dude. If the biblical God, for instance, was proven to be true, I would believe him 100% without a doubt. I wouldn't follow him though. Facts don't give a fuck about my feelings.
You wouldn't follow him even if he was true?
Nah, hell nah.
Why not?
Have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
He's fucking evil, dude. And a liar. He told the first lie.
Well, you could look at it that way, sure. But if the Bible is true, does that not mean that he would be the ultimate arbiter of morality?
Here's why that is not true. Because after we ate from the fruit in the Garden of Eden, he said his words, God's words, they have become like us, knowing right from wrong. So according to God, I have the exact same moral compass and knowledge of right and wrong as he. So if I say something is wrong, then it is fucking wrong even according to him. So if he does something that I conceive as wrong, then it is literally wrong according to his own standards because I have become like him, knowing right from wrong.
Gotcha. So you would have to look at that pragmatically, though, right? So you would say, when it's stated that that they have become like us in knowing good and evil, that doesn't necessarily make the assertion that we have the same moral compass, so to speak, right?
If we have become like the arbiter of the one person that created and knows all things, then yes, it does.
Well, not necessarily. That just means that we have the
See, that's the argument where the Bible didn't not say this, so it could be true argument, which is just fallacious in and of itself. Like the Bible said, word for word, God's words were, they have become like us. So if you want to philosophically or theologically change your interpretation of it, which is why there's 40,000 denominations of Christianity, then fuck yeah, go for it. But the words say what the words say.
Yeah, well, and the last part of that is probably key. How I would see it, right? It's in knowing good and evil, not necessarily in making a decision of good and evil. That just means you have knowledge.
So I know that he did evil things.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to look at it.
Absolutely, he said, "Do not kill innocent people," and then he commanded slavery and how to kill your slave and how to. He commanded to go slaughter innocent people, pregnant women, to dash them open, to take women and grape them. Like, oh, he's evil. He's fucking cruel, even according to his own standards.
Yeah, well, if you're the ultimate arbiter of everything, then you kind of can be.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, No, I agree. You know, it's a philosophical discussion.
Like,
Absolutely.
I know it's wrong to go shoot somebody in the face, but I can still physically go do it. So he knows that it's wrong, and I know that it's wrong, but he still went and did it. Doesn't make it less wrong.
Yeah. Unless it would be justified within the purview, right? Within how the ultimate arbiter sees morality, right?
You can go outside,
Or
buddy.
right and wrong.
Well, I'm gonna have to end the stream. Doggy needs to go outside, and I gotta get in for the night. But I appreciate you being up on the
Alright,
stream today, brother.
Yeah, hey man, it was a nice discussion, and yeah, like I said, man, you follow me. My wife's got a bomb garden, dude. We do Taco Tuesday nights.
Oh, I love that.
Shoot, we got homemade salsa.
You're
like,
26?
oh, not, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
shit,
hey,
yeah.
and I come from a Mexican family, bro. So it's not like the
gotcha.
white people salsa around here, okay? I know what the white people salsa is like around here, bro.
Well, if you couldn't tell, I am Mexican.
Yeah, you kind of hear it in the voice.
It's a lie. That was a straight up fucking lie. I'm the
Really?
whitest motherfucker. I'm half European and like a quarter or close to half some bullshit of Cherokee. I'm literally half and half. It's fucking ridiculous. The only reason I'm tan is because I have Cherokee, and everything else is because I'm European.
That's crazy, bro. Like my wife, for instance, right? She's African American and Cherokee. I feel like everybody around Kansas is just Cherokee. I don't know if that's a cop out or what.
No, it's true. It's the trail was here.
Yeah, no, I
You're
get it.
not tan.
Yeah, bro, you look kind of pale with the light, man.
Oh yeah, the light does make me look pale. Yeah, English. That's funny. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking tan.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Well, anyway, have a good night. Nice
Yeah, I want to see you,
conversation.
brother. Appreciate you being in here.
Later.
Later. All right, guys, I'm going to go on ahead and end. Thank you guys over on YouTube as well. I'm going to end over there as well. Go on ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And this will also be uploaded. So, YouTube, you guys